こいつでいいんか。
The space-time fabric of the void is extreme.
Good work, Descendant. The Colossus was stronger than average.
Yeah.
You still achieved a resounding victory. However, as long as the dimensional wall remains open, the invasion of the Colossi will never end. Until the dimensional wall is closed, humankind will have no choice but to live with the fear of the Colossi. Descendant, securing the Iron Hearts and closing the dimensional wall, it isn't just to defeat the Vulgus. If we cannot stop the invasion of Ingress by the Colossi, there will be no hope for humanity. Remember your calling. I will focus more attention on monitoring the Void Dimension.
That was a job well done, Descendant. While you were intercepting the Colossus, the guide gave Enzo some important intel.
司令官
It concerns the next operation, so head back to HQ once you're ready.
司令官
Got a question about the operation? Descendant, using the Ancestors' data, the guide claims to have discovered a zone where an Ironheart has been excavated. After undergoing emergency restoration protocols at that location, the guide should be able to track the Ironheart. The problem is, the Ironheart excavation site is near a Vulgus munitions factory. It's a weapons production site where cyborg Vulgus, the Legion of Immortality, are
兵器工
manufactured.
場地帯のことだ。
Sharon and the Colon Special
Sharon,
Forces
Colon
along with
Special
Jeremy
Forces.
have been deployed there as the front line, and a bridgehead has been secured.
進撃の足が
I've assigned you to this operation as well. Sharon has exceptional infiltration skills, but I need someone who can lead the battle. Your mission is to infiltrate the Ironheart excavation site and restore the guide system. I still have my doubts about the guide. Even for this operation, I'm sending you into the Lion's Den on the strength of her words. But after witnessing the intercept battle, I've made up my mind. We must find the Ironheart and close the dimensional wall as soon as possible. Failure to do so would leave the remnants of humankind to be trampled by the Colossi, even if we win the war against the Vulgus. So, I have decided to put my trust in the strategic value of the guide. For now. Descendant, I leave this operation in your hands. The fate of humanity rests on your shoulders.
お、金だ。新しいフィールド開放不毛の地マップできました。ここですね。結構ある。どこなんですか？ここですね。誰？こいつ？シャレン？
What do you want?
お、なんか。
You're here. Welcome to the Vulgus Munitions Factory. You've made quite the impression at Kingston. So much so, I was tempted to recruit you for Colon. But then again, the enemy isn't exactly a pushover. However, now that we have the guide as a strategic asset, I'm sure the trajectory of this war will change drastically. Shall we get started? Based on the coordinates provided by the guide, the Ironheart excavation site is near the enemy's industrial zone. Unfortunately, the exact location needs to be confirmed in person. The coordinates are based on data from the time of the ancestors, and there's a high probability that the topography today will look a little different. I'll do recon around the industrial zone. While I'm doing that, your mission is to create a diversion to draw the enemy's eyes away from you. Even though I have active camouflage, things will be much easier if you can hold the enemy's attention. I'll tell Jeremy to stay behind and provide operational support.
Jeremy?
Jeremy seems to be unable to link with the guide, so he won't be much use in finding the excavation site. He'll be better deployed using his RK teleportation abilities as support for your diversion operation. Let's get moving. We need to restore the guide system as soon as possible.
What, me? Support? Oh, for crying out loud.
17号。不毛の地でジェレミー、あてててて。お前か。
Get to the point. Guide, guide, guide. That's all everybody talks about these days. Since when did the higher-ups at Albion conduct operations based on the word of a spirit? Not to mention, excluding an excellent descendant like myself from this operation, everything's clearly going very well. Hey, you think it's funny I can't link with the guide? All right then. Let's consider which descendants aren't able to link with the guide right now. Let's see. It's only me and Alpha, yes? Looks to me like the commander of Albion and the strongest descendant are the only ones who are still sane. If I were you, I'd think carefully about why you've been designated as a bait. And I'm going to do things my way. Don't even think about tagging along.
Hey.
Huh. Do you really think you can even attempt to follow me? With my RK abilities?
まあこの近場からやりますかじゃあ。ね。あ？よし行こう。
You've been ambushed. Or did you let it happen?
やっちまえばいいんだよこんな。
As a feint, it worked well. But you mustn't let your guard down. Those Vulgus cyborgs have had quite a few upgrades recently. You may suddenly encounter powerful units that aren't in our database. We're definitely in Vulgus-occupied territory. There's no...
おいで。
High-level Vulgus closing in. We confirmed it's a new Kuiper-enhanced variant.
お、なんか来た。
One we're after. Make a note in the operations log, number 17. Thanks to the enemies being drawn your way, infiltration is going smoothly.
なんかいる。何？どんどん行くか。ここ。防御。
Your communications deception transmitter at the Vulgus base is operational. Descendant, you need to protect the transmitter while it is operating. If the diversion works, we can detain a number of enemies here.
え？どれ下？あれか。あれだ。あれだ。痛い殴ったれ。どっから撃たれてんの
Vulgus are closing in on the transmitter. There's a high probability that this is the result of the communications diversion. Continue to engage them and stall for time as long as possible.
まだいるな。
Loading.
Found shelter of the invasion.
One eye.
High-level Vulgus closing in. Likely lured by our communications diversion.
なんか来た。
I'm loading.
Tactical target achieved. Mission accomplished, Descendant.
I'm loading.
まだ来る。あ、いた。なんで来なかった？エリアを移動する。ちょっとエリアを移動する前に。あ。クリアらしい。ここでちょいと失礼して。
Mission request from Colon Special Forces Agent Number 17.
殲滅。
Objective: secure a Vulgus sample.
なん
We
か
need a
HP 減
Vulgus
ってない？
sample to study the recent technological improvements to Legion of Immortality units.
装備要請か。
This mission is also part of the diversion tactics.
来た来た来た来た来た。こんにちは。やってきましたよ。うわ。何これ何これ。なんかいっぱい出るんだけど。痛い痛い痛い痛い。無限に湧くんだけど。
Sample secured. The Vulgus seem to believe our actions are a simple offensive mission.
だったんだ。
The feint is working.
何だったんだよあれは。
Receiving info on mark. Position of Vulgus power plant confirmed. Mission request: destruction of generators as a feint attack.
Loading.
I heard Captain Harris let you in on a fun trick. Certain Legion of Immortality units have parts that can act as fuses. We can use those.
どっち次。守っている敵を倒す。どこやん。いてててててて。なんかいない近くに。いるよね。いるいる。
I'm loading. I'm loading.
どこだ次は。いる声がする。もうみんな向こうか。
Unstable energy flow
なん
detected.
か来た。
Probability of fuse parts high.
あ、また爆弾チャレンジ。爆弾チャレンジ。どこだ爆弾。上か。2メートル。これ上ガスガス。痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。なんか撃たれてる撃たれてる撃たれてる撃たれてる。痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。後ろから撃たれてる。
Loading.
めっちゃ撃たれてる。あ、まだ撃たれてるな。なんか撃たれてる。下か。そこは当たんねえな。よし。近くていいね。
High level Vulgus closing in. Request combat engagement.
精鋭スロータラー。どこにいる？
relay terminated.
This is Sharon. I'm transmitting to all Allied forces deployed to this operation.
Loading.
We have an urgent development, requesting backup.
なんか落ちて
Number
ない？
17 has received details. All units are to head to the mining outpost.
ん？どこ？もう戻っていいんだな。戻ろう。